Hello, welcome to new unboxing mini first analysis. Today will be a new quadcopter from HiSky. So they are introducing now in the quadcopter market. This is the HiSky HMX280. So this is, as you may see, more than a 230mm quadcopter. Well, if you want to have an idea of a size comparison, here is a Flying 3D X8, which is a very small model, brushless model, and this one is slightly bigger. Okay, so for example, the distance to diagonal is something like 240, is a little bit less than the 250mm quadcopter size. So what you will find in the box, well, first let's talk about the box. You can find what I'm receiving. So it's kind of egg box, nothing, no sign, nothing from HiSky, no instruction manual. Okay, that's all. So here is the box. I was a little bit disappointed. Maybe I received a pre-release version, so or the first batch of HiSky, they didn't have the time to prepare the nice packaging. So what you will find in the box, the quadcopter itself. Wow, at least it's pretty good. Take the shape of a kind of snake of alien is not completely sure. You have to attach the two landing gears like the Blade 200QX. Okay, it's nice design. So what also I will return in details to this quadcopter. What also you will find this nice radio from HiSky. So you can, it's a programmable one, so you can save some settings and so on. You have one three-way switch on the top shoulder part, left shoulder part. A dual rate switch there. Here is to activate a flight mode switch between the, we'll say, the acro and to horizon mode. And this one is a throttle hold to an emergency switch when you crash it to stop immediately the motor to spin. So what also you will find this battery. It's a 3S battery coming with a GST connector, balancer plug. It's announced to be 1350 mAh and a rated 25C as discharge rate, which is not so bad. What you will come, it come with this charger, okay, working with the balancer plug. So you will have to plug your 3S battery there with the balancer plug here. And well, it's taking approximately 2 hours to charge the batteries. So this model is not so bad. When it's in idle mode, you have some very small flash LEDs, and when is charging, it's constant red, and when it's down, it's turning to green. What also it comes, you find two bags of spare props. So two clockwise, two counterclockwise. Orange for front and black for rear. Okay, they are out of the box more or less well balanced. I didn't really need to balance them, so just install for the black one a piece of tape to completely equilibrate them. So I will first start with the radio. Well, the chassis is pretty good, and what I like also, it comes with the external, if I'm not wrong, it's an ACME connector. Okay, so it's good if you want, for example, to install a booster. You can, out of the box, use a booster, and it's a nice initiative, or change your antenna for more directional and higher gain one. You need 4 AA batteries. There is a port there. I don't know what it's used for. Maybe a trainer port, probably, I don't know. So it's under investigation. And well, so you have a tiny LCD display. You have the voltage battery, of the transmitter. You have the name of the current model file, is the mod file, and a timer you can to set, and you can access to the menu up and down with this left panel button and enter. For example, in function you can find the dual rate. Okay, so for example, if I click on the dual rate, you can see that in fact the beginner mode is when this switch is in a lower position, because as you can see it doesn't exceed 70%. If I return to expert mode, it cleans at maximum of its capacity to 100%. Okay, so this is okay, so you can select the sub-trim button. Travel is also to manage the 8 points of your transmitter, and you have also out if you want to revert channel. So for example, the channel 1, 2, 4 and 6 are reversed. Okay, and you can monitor all the channel. Okay, that's a good news. So for example, you can see that the throttle is channel 3 and it is reversed. Okay, if I'm putting maximum is in lower position and one is in minimum, it's etc. So you can monitor up to 6 channel, and for example the flight mode is a channel 5 here, going to 0 in acro mode, and in horizon mode is 1, and the top left shoulder button is the channel 6. Okay, so I will say immediately this one is not used in the configuration. So, but probably thanks to OpenPilot software, you will be able to assign something to this switch. What I can say, the gimbal are pretty nice, springs very good, so it's a nice radio. I like it, and you have some stream here you can manipulate if you want. So when you have a long beep, it means that you're in central position. Okay, I will now focus more on the quadcopter itself. Well, without the batteries, this quadcopter scales something like 300 grams, and with everything installed, the props and the battery is 406 grams. Okay, so the shape is pretty good and very nice design. Well, the battery bay, as you may see here, on the I got of course a GST connector. Well, I don't understand why they choose a GST connector, maybe to gain some place, and I think I don't understand why they use this gauge type of wires. For me, it's for 3S LiPo, it's a little bit too thin to accept this huge amount of amperage. So you have to be vigilant to not cross the wires too much, because you can have an overheating there maybe. You have to install. As you may see, there is no really free room. I can give the dimension of the batteries. It may be useful if you need to find a spare one. So as length, it's something like 10 centimeters 40, okay. 3 centimeters 3 as width, and 1 centimeter 6, let's say. So you need to find a model with GST, or you will have to install a GST connector. So I don't think you have a lot of space, maybe 0.3 centimeters in length, that's all. Or you will have to mount the battery bay if you want to install a larger one. It may be possible, maybe, if you cut these two plastic parts, maybe here, to gain some in 8 dimension. So if you cut close to the bottom part of the canopy, there are 2 rails there. If you cut them, maybe you can gain some spaces. Well, from the outdoor, you can see this daughter board. This is the radio receiver. Okay, so you have a plug there. It's using an RF chip, and but is no more using the classic HiSky protocol, for example, used for their helicopter. They changed something. I tried to bind with my Devo controller, it was not working. I tried the Keyhen or the HiSky, it was not working, even with the last nitride build. Okay, so it's under investigation, but I guess it will be easy to hack this new variation. It should be not so complex. Maybe I will need to capture some SPA data to help the expert. Wow. The ending gear, let's see the bottom part. You can see the antenna. So it's a coaxial RG316 cable ending with the small 2.4 GHz antenna tuned to 31 millimeters. It's foil to help to be robust to RF interferences. And well, it's a little bit long, and you have to clip it like this in one of the feet. I don't feel well. The feet offer 4 centimeters of ground clearance, so I don't think you can really install a gimbal. Just an action cam maybe. That's all. And I don't feel the landing gears pretty solid. Well, generally speaking, the canopy is nice, but the plastic is hard. But I'm not sure it will accept a crash in high speed. I think you will have some problem here. It will break probably. So it means that versus time, you will have to change the canopy part or to move all the electronic into a carbon frame if you want. If you want, you can access to the upper canopy part. It's pretty easy. Just need to unclip this part, and you can access to it. Wow. Okay, like this. It's pretty easy, and you can see at least the basic electronics, the MCU. You can find the event sense should be somewhere. Wow, all the main intelligence is on the upper part of the PCB. Okay, what I can say about it? Let's talk about the motors. I found the motors, they are almost sure, they are 1306 models, so they should spin around 2300 kV, okay? And I checked, for example, it's written HiSky, but maybe there are DYS or something similar in specification. They should, at 3S, at full load, take 5 ampere. Okay, something like this in maximum. I didn't find, when I did assemble it, I didn't find any information about the speed controller, ESC, so they are probably compatible with the motors. Well, after usage, I found the motors are pretty hot, and with the battery installed, this quadcopter is 400 grams, so I think maybe this should upgrade the size of motors, maybe some 18 size, or not 1306, but maybe more some 1806 would have been a little bit better, maybe, but it would of course introduce an extra weight, but the thrust capacity would have been improved. Each motor at full load should offer 250 grams of thrust capacity. Well, what I can say more? Let's see the bottom part. You can find a micro USB plug. So if you need to tune some parameters, you have first to install the OpenPilot software. Be aware, you have to take the version of the software compatible with CC3D board. So the last revision of the software is no more compatible with CC3D. You have to take the previous versions. Here is a Spectrum plug, okay? So if you want to attach Lemon RX, for example, if you want to not fly with the HiSky protocol, here is a power plug, GST1, offering 12 volt, and here is a servo plug. Okay, so I found when I disassembled it that it may be possible, I think it's possible, to remove the actual receiver, to disconnect the receiver from the power distribution board, and to probably install a CPPM mode receiver. So if you plan to install a HiSky DR42, I think it's possible. You are just to in clips and plug. I measure on the 2 port you will see on the PDB board. So on the lower part is not visible here, but on the receiver port, be aware that the black wire is a signal of the receiver on the PPM mode. The central one is a +5 volts, and the brown is the ground. Okay, for the Spectrum plug, the brown is the 3.3 volt, compatible with Lemon RX, for example. The green is the ground, and the signal is the black. So be aware of that. If you plan, especially for the receiver port, if you plan to install your own receiver, to respect this voltage and resistance. You will need some 1.25mm GST connector to plug your HiSky receiver. Okay. What I can say more, I did a video how to use your OpenPilot software. It's working well, so you can access to the radio channel, to all the parameters of the flight. There are two flight mode pre-programmed. One is the horizon mode, so everything is auto-leveled, it's perfect, and one is cutting the gyroscope, so you're only flying with the accelerometers. Is more for experts, is offering a much more sportive and more acrobatic, but is not very easy for beginners. Well, what I can say now about this quadcopter, it's very powerful, well, very, not a beast, but it's offering compared to branch motor much more thrust for sure. It's really good, it's fast, and even in beginner mode it's already fast, and in expert mode, when the switch in an up position, is pretty fast. Well, one drawback after maybe the weakness of the canopy and the legs is the flying duration. Even with this LiPo, you have something like 5 minutes, nothing more. So I don't think there is a problem with this LiPo. You will need to buy a lot of spare, or to enjoy your spare battery, of course, to enjoy your quadcopter. It's very sporty, but it's drawing a lot of current. Okay. What I can say? Okay, I can play to show you the color of the LEDs. I won't fly indoors; it's made too dangerous. Okay, you will have to plug. You can hear the nice music ESC. I will turn on the radio. When it's bound, you have the green LEDs of the receiver turning into solid. Okay, just lock the battery doors. One word, how to arm. So you can see very white and nice LEDs on front and only red in the rear, so it's good for orientations. To arm your quadcopter, there are two ways. The official ways is you have to push both sticks in inner position, okay, 2 seconds, and after you can spin motor. To disarm, just put outwards the both sticks and it's disarmed, no problem. There is another way, is to push the right stick completely on the left, 2 seconds, and it's armed. And to disarm, push the right stick on the right, 2 seconds, and it's disarmed. So you can choose, okay. What can I say more? So this switch is completely useless, nothing, but on the OpenPilot software you will be able to assign to this one. I guess it's not so complex. Well, I think I finished the overview of this quadcopter, so I will resume the good point and the bad point. Well, now, first thing, I think it's for RTF model, brushless motors, is quite cheap, $160 for everything. A nice radio, nice and powerful quadcopter, with beautiful design, good control range out of the box. It's something like 200-300 meters without problems, thanks to the nice RF external antenna and different foiled tricks to enlighten the RF capacity. It's a fast quadcopter, ultra stable in horizon mode. Okay, when you actionate this mode, it's very sporty if you want to perform some flip and so on. I forgot to mention about the props. They are 6-inch. Okay, sorry, I forgot to mention. So you have to understand that. But I think it's maybe possible to install some 7-inch. I won't advise it, because the motor has probably 2 weeks for NBSC, but it's possible to install some 7-inch. Well, so I will continue the pro points. You have some power plug if you want to retrieve and to install a small FPV setup. I don't advise to install a gimbal, something that would be too heavy. You have a servo plug, maybe can be useful for something to trigger something. An external power spectrum, so a lot of people would like to fly with their Spectrum radio or Deviation TX. You would just need to buy a Lemon RX receiver. It's plug and play to install. If you want to install a CPPM mode, you will need to open the Quadcopter. So to open the Quadcopter, you just need to unscrew the black, the more dark screw. Not the white are to attach the motor. You have 29 screws to access to the interior port. What I can say more, what I don't like too much is here, I think the canopy will be a little bit weak with hard contact and the leg not so fantastic. And the second drawback is the flying durations, not fantastic, 5 minutes, okay, in aggressive way, so it's not pretty great. I would expect 10 minutes, I don't know why, but it's like this. Maybe the motor are a little bit too weak, okay, they're getting pretty hot after usage. So I think with better motors, more stronger, the battery will be less drawn, well impacted. So it can explain that. And well, so I think I finished this unboxing and quick analysis. Please check my orders video and the different disassembling video I will post. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please sub it. If you like my channel, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.